Alright guys, here's the video review for MP-38 from Takara, Masterpiece Convoy from Beast Wars, aka Optimus Primal. And this is the Legendary Leader version, which is based off like the original Ultra class toy from Beast Wars. And just as a real quick, you can see he's got the gray paint. He's just a kind of a flat black all around. You can see the white. And here's a quick comparison of him with the original MP Convoy, which is painted to look, obviously a little bit more show accurate in his color scheme. And I don't have the original Convoy or Optimus Primal. I do have the 10th anniversary one because I upgraded a decade ago, not expecting that in 10 years I'd have these awesome pieces. So it's not quite 100% comparing him to the original toy he's based on, but it's as close as I can get, unfortunately. The other one was, had the gray chest like this and was colored more starkly like this one is. But there they all are in monkey mode or gorilla mode. I know, technicality. So yeah, just to give you a comparison. And he's actually pretty cool. I still think if I had to only buy one, I would want the full Masterpiece version. But now I've got two that I can carry around. I can carry one around with me and play with them, which is neat. He has the same feature that the original did, in that you can unpeg his hips here. You can kind of lift this piece up, and the hips unpeg and fold up, which gives you the room to bring his back legs forward, and his head lifts up, so you can pose him in more of a gorilla-esque state. He still doesn't quite look all the way up like a monkey could when crawling around like this, but you can put him in more of a primate-esque position. So yeah, that's it for monkey. Oh, actually, but that's not it for monkey mode, because like the original, you can pull his calm monkey face off and give him an angry monkey face, if that's more your style. But I dig the serene Optimus. And transform, he transforms exactly the same as the original Convoy. Let's go ahead and pull his legs down, snap his hips back up into place here. So lock that into place. You come back here, you gotta unhinge his arms forward, you tab in back here, open up these back panels, and then lift this whole assembly out and up, away from the back of his monkey head here. The instructions make this look super easy. I don't know why this is catching so badly here, because once this is all unlocked, this should just come right out. There we go. So lift this whole assembly up and out. Try not to jam the missile launcher in there like I just did. So this whole assembly comes up and out like this. The waist piece comes out. The chest piece flips forward here. And you can see that this whole assembly with the monkey head now rotates around and into the body. And then this piece collapses down further into the chest like that. And I have chipped a little bit of the paint. Getting this back out is a pain in the butt, but it tends to scrape on the edges here. It's not horrible, but there are a couple little scuffs. And then you take these little tabs here and snap the whole chest into place like that. The front part of the chest flips out and up. You can pull it forward, helps rotate it, fold it down, and push it right back into place there. Snap the arms back in. Well, we can snap them all the way back in later. Flip up the shoulder pads. Rotate his elbows forward. Rotate his fists around so they're facing the proper way. And there he is. No, I'm just kidding. You still have to do his legs. So the legs come down here. You want to pull them out like this. Start to bring this down. Want to make sure you get enough room to flip this whole assembly down, and then you can bring that hinge down and extend the leg like that. This panel folds up to fill in that gap. This panel comes out, rotates around, then folds up to fill in the calf here. And then the monkey feet flip in, the heel piece comes out, and there's one leg done. And it's the same on this side. Okay, here, pull this down and around, lift this up, make sure this gets flipped down, pull this piece down into that, rotate this and snap it up, flip in the toes, flip out the heel, flip down the front toes, pull this piece up into that gap, and there are his legs. We'll rotate him around at the waist here. And then the backpack folds down. You can flip this out the other way as a jetpack. I generally tend to just leave it flipped out just for a little bit more definition and difference from monkey mode, but you can leave it flipped in if you want. So backpack assembly rotates up. Lift this up so you got room to clear it, and these little tabs clip back into here. Just got to get them lined up right. Close that up, and you can fold the missile launchers or shoulder missiles down for now. Snap it into place, and there you have the legendary Commander Convoy. In robot mode, we'll snap the arms. Getting them lined up is always a bit of a pain, but there is a tab in there for them to lock onto inside the body. Come on, lock on. There we go. And there he is. And you can see he's much more vibrant. He's got a brighter blue. The reds pop a little more. His head almost looks out of place on his body because it's so different from all the surrounding colors. But yeah, and he's got the same posability that he had before. He's got the ball joint on the head. You can look up and down and around. Ratcheting shoulders, front and back, and then just a swivel there. Bicep swivel, elbow, which does gap out much like the original toy did. Wrist swivel. He's got opening fingers. Last three and the first one are independent of each other. You saw the waist swivel there during transformation. Ratcheting hips in both directions. A thigh swivel there at the top of the little red ball. Knee articulation, front and back foot articulation, toe articulation, as well as some ankle tilt. So, if you've played with, like I said, Deco is really the only real difference on the base toy here from the original. He still has the same light up eye feature that the original had, which is nice. And we'll do some quick comparisons with, here he is with the original Masterpiece Primal, who also lights up his eyes. Oh, they're not doing it at the same time. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. A little more vibrant on the Supreme, or the Legendary Leader version. But again, like, his whole face, the head's the exact same mold as near as I can tell. A couple differences, but his face looks bigger in proportion to his body, and a lot of that's because his lips are a little lighter, but also the area around the eyes is not painted in on this one. It's all gray, so he looks like his face looks a little bit more disproportionate. And here he is. Here they both are with the 10th anniversary convoy. And now on to the accessories, and this is really pretty cool. Now, he doesn't come with all the various face expressions that Masterpiece Primal did. Hello, Lightning Bug. What are you doing on the table? He just comes with the faceplate face. Like this one has the mouth in it, but the original Optimus Primal toy just didn't come with different heads. He just came with this blank faceplate face, and that's easy enough to swap out. You just get up here and pop the previous face off, snap the faceplate on, and now you've got more of an even more retro looking Optimus Primal. all of that with the faceplate, now his head looks even bigger in proportion to his body. So we'll see. I may, to differentiate them, I may keep that faceplate on because it's based off the old toy. But, and I remember having that original Ultra Primal very well loved for several years until the 10th anniversary one came out, when I replaced him. So, he also comes with the blue swords. And again, solid blue like the original toy, not painted up like the original Masterpiece version. So you can see there's the differences between those. But it is, this one I can compare. Here's one of the original swords from the 10th anniversary. So it's the same basic shape, but that just solid blue color plastic. Let's go ahead and put this back in. Primal here. Oh, they're both falling out. Well, whatever. Or actually, let's take these off because we might need them here in a minute anyway. So yeah, he comes with two of those, which he can hold in his hands individually as two separate swords. He also comes with two swords together as kind of a staff piece, and that's meant to replicate how on the old Primal toy, if you wanted to have him hold all of his melee weapons, you could put the swords in his hand on both the top peg and the bottom peg. And this guy can also do exactly that. He can open up his hand, put this in there, tab it in, so you can give him that melee weapon as well. So kind of a neat little homage to the old toy. Now this one comes with something that the original didn't, unless you had a special, unless you ordered it from certain places. He comes with the skull mace, and here it's a mace, and you can turn it just like before. It's a longer peg than I would have expected. I would have liked that peg to be maybe half the length it is, but you can have him wield it like that, beat people up with it. But you can see kind of through his eyes here, the chain's tucked up in there. It does come off the post and have a very long chain, like a much longer chain than I think it really needs. But he can really get some range with this. By comparison, here is the die-cast one that came with. I guess the chain itself isn't much longer if you put them up, maybe an inch and a half longer. But that came in the banana box if you ordered from certain retailers with the original Masterpiece Convoy. And just for fun's sake, here's the original one that's stored in the arm of the original Primal toy. So there's all the maces together. They're Morning Stars, I guess, at this point, when they're not Morning Star. Ball and chain? I don't know. Anyway. Ha-ha! There we go. Had to happen at some point. But yeah, so there's all the maces, the hammer, ball and chain weapons together. Flails, whatever you want to call them. Now, and then the last little homage bit here. This one doesn't have it. Again, a drawback of upgrading to the 10th anniversary a decade ago. The original toy had a mutant mask. Since he's got those missile launchers out, let's go ahead and flip those up, just so you can see they got the black launchers with the red tips like the old toy had. The old one, you could turn his head around and he had a mutant mask. And this one can do that. He comes with a little separate mutant mask. It just pegs into the screw holes on the back of the head. But you just turn the head around like this. Rotate the antenna down like you did on the old toy. And then plug the mask in. If I can get it lined up here. Oh, come on. There we go. Just plug the mask in. So it just plugs on like that with these horns down. And he's got a scary monster face like the old toy did. And the other bonus here that's really neat, the LED mechanism in here is inside the monkey head, this whole rotating head assembly. And so it shines up through there, but the LED light itself isn't coming from inside the head, it's coming from inside the ball joint of the neck. So they've put a little light piping inside the head, and I'll show it off when I pull the mask off. So even in this mode, if you push this down, his mutant eyes light up. That's a nice little touch that they could have easily not engineered into it, but that makes him look even cooler with the mutant head on. I totally dig that. So you pop that off, and you can see there's the little light piping strip there in the back of the head that lights up. Even that kind of looks like a cool new head for Primal. A little visor, RoboCop type head. He also still has the he still has this little divot for whatever reason, but he also has the arm lasers, which are always a pain to get out. There we go. That pop out from each forearm and then extend. These seem to lock into place a little better. I mean, they still wiggle a little bit, but they seem to lock into place a little better than my original. But when I say original, I mean the first Masterpiece Optimus Primal. But you can extend those out. Now, some of the pictures have these panels staying flipped back, and you can do that. I like to keep the panel up. It looks more like it just popped out of his forearm. Just kind of a, but it's entirely up to you on how you want to display those. If you have the laser forearms out. And one of the other coolish, I guess, it's a neat little thing. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this chain back into here. He comes with one other little piece here. Going all the way in. Oh, close enough. So I'll put in. He comes with this little blue piece. And the way this works, you'll see there's a peg hole there in it. You flip out the peg on his backpack, and then this little tab goes into the slot there. You peg this on right here, and this allows you to take his mace and snap it into place there. The two-sided sword, and slide that in. There's a little tab there that it slots into. And then even the mutant face, these little rounded, the pegs that go into the screw holes actually sit in these little rounded slot edges on the side. And you can, come on, there we go. You can store all that on his backpack. And of course, the two blue arm blades use these tabs that are used for gorilla mode. And you can take, they got little slots on the side so you can store the blades on his back as well. So yeah, it's a little unwieldy, but you can actually have him carry around. The only things that he's not currently carrying around are the other face, the two faces for his alt modes. Everything else, all those other accessories, can be stored on his back with that piece. And it kind of gives him wings. It's up to you if you want to use it, but in like I said, even if you don't store it on his back, it still holds all the pieces together. If you just wanted to like mount it behind him, or just keep track of them all, really. So that's actually a pretty convenient little piece that confused me when I opened the box. I'm like, what is that thing for? Let's go ahead and swip him back to his mouthy face. Here, pop you off intentionally. But yeah, there he is. He's like I said, I think if I could only buy one, I think I'd stick with the full-on Masterpiece version. You know, the show-accurate version. But there's a lot of value in this guy, too. I love the new deco. Like I said, he's going to be going around. This guy's going to be my stay-home and display Primal. This guy's going to be my tote around and mess with Primal. And I'm okay with that. So like I said, he's missing a few of the neat little details and a couple of the extra mouth faces that the original Masterpiece had. But he comes with a lot of the fun things that made the original toy neat. I love the fact that the mutant eyes light up. I think that's really cool. You also get, like I said, you get the instruction manual and the bio card. And his ranks are all 10s, so he's super tough. But yeah, if you haven't picked one up yet and you can't find the original, he's worth picking up. He's a nice little collector's piece, especially if you've been with Beast Wars since it started 20 years ago. It's a nice homage to the very original Ultra Primal toy. Like I said, I still think for true masterpiece, the original release fits that bill. But this is a nice little collector's guy, and I like the fact that he comes with all of the little fun accessories that made him fun in the first place 20 years ago. So there it is, MP-38 Beast Convoy from Beast Wars. We know him as Optimus Primal here in the States. This is the Legendary Leader version.